Hello everybody, welcome. Hi everybody, welcome to Suntec City Convention Center. My name is Aaron With me here is Nicholas Young. We are at the final event of the Singapore competitive season. This is Master Ball League Singapore.
Yes, Nicholas Young here from the Southern Islands. This is the culmination of a long season, and among our Southeast Asian brothers and sisters, we are the last, right?
The best for last.
The best for
The
last,
best for
indeed,
last,
indeed.
right? So we're here at the Lion City where we have, I think, about 700, 800 players. This
Roughly,
is, again, the record-breaking number that we're seeing across Southeast Asia. We are breaking records here again in Singapore. The largest turnout for any Pokemon event here in the island. It's great to see the growth of the game this far, Nicholas.
Pokemon players, man, they're going everywhere. The game is getting very popular, especially for the competitive side of things, right? I mean, we know there are a lot of collectors nowadays, but there are a lot more players as well in gym shops locally, as I've seen. And welcome to Singapore, Evan.
Thank you.
I understand that you've been in Philippines and you've been in Malaysia. How is Singapore treating you?
It's been great. It's always good to be back here in Singapore. Once upon a time, we used to compete across the region.
How
Now
many
we
years
are,
ago?
it's been a while now.
Yeah.
But most importantly, now we're here to see, the best Pokemon TCG in Singapore. I'm glad to be able to be part of this event. Thank you for having me, Nicholas. Thank you to the team for having me. This is, for me, the final event of the season.
All right.
And we're going to be able to see some good Pokemon TCG. I hope we're still in the same format as well as with the other two countries. So I hope we can see some evolution of the format.
The perfect order, standard format.
Yep.
Again, no Chaos Rising, no Greninjas, even though it just came out recently.
Yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday, in fact. So no, we're not going to see any Greninja. If they are, they probably won't be on stream anyway.
For sure.
But we probably will see a lot of Dragapults, maybe.
It is the premier deck of the format, right? But think about the overall format as a whole. Or I should say, look at the format of the event as a whole. You got to tune your decks not just for day one.
Yep.
You got to tune your decks for day two as well. So here you see the format that we have here for the Master Ball League Singapore, day one and day two. The competitive event starts today with the day one qualifiers where you're playing Swiss rounds, best of one. You lose a game, it's not over for you yet because with two or few losses, you will get yourself into the day two qualifiers. And when tomorrow comes, you can change your deck. Look at it over there, right? The Swiss best of three Swiss, I should say. So how does Swiss pairing essentially works? In round one, everyone is random. You get paired with someone that you may or may not know. Round two onwards, you get paired with people of the similar scores. So if you're 1-0, you get paired against someone who's also 1-0.
Yep. So if you win one, lose one, then you fight against someone, win one, lose one.
Exactly. And the best part about it is that even with a loss, even with two losses, your tournament hopes are still live. Two losses or less gets you into the day two qualifiers.
Don't drop, guys. Keep on fighting.
Keep playing.
And the best part is BO3. I think a lot of us in our region have been fighting for
Yes.
a BO3 format, and we finally have it.
Yes.
So the single elimination format is a tournament system where if you lose, this is day two, yeah?
Yep.
If you lose, then you are out. So, but BO3 gives you that second chance, right? If you lose the first round, you still have a chance to win the remaining two rounds.
Exactly. As long as you play fast, you play at a proper pace,
Yeah.
you should be able to have a chance at a full best of three. We've seen that in Philippines, we've seen that in Malaysia. Some of these games go all the way to time. Players rushing through matches, rushing through their steps to ensure that they have the best possible chance of getting into their wins, especially if you lost a game one.
I mean, it's also that the format for us, we are very used to a BO1 format
That's true.
here, right?
That's true.
So sometimes I think some of the players may be playing a BO3 map for the first time. I think there are some intricacies in that, if you are in a very losing spot in your first round, game one of three,
Yep.
maybe you should
Scoop it up.
and
Yeah.
go straight to game two.
That's true.
So
That's true.
there's always that, that time is always of the essence.
Exactly. Time constraint is a matter. It's also a factor to consider in your deck choices as well. You can't be playing decks which take 30, 40 minutes to execute a game plan, which you may or may not get to. So you might have to change your deck choices, and we talk about it as well. In day two, you can change your deck. You don't need to play the same exact list. You can make some small additions, or as we saw in Malaysia, some people just change the decks totally.
Yeah,
You're playing Dragapult day one, suddenly like, oh, Marnie's Grimsnarl or something like that.
It's a very welcome change.
Yes.
Again, all of these players are fighting for league points because the top 8 players get to go to the World Championships in San Francisco. So the champion, first and second, get 200 points and 150 points respectively, and they also get the automatic Worlds qualification. They will get a free paid trip
Yes,
to go to San
indeed.
Francisco.
You're being paid to play Pokemon,
Yes.
as we love to say. But these league points as well, as you mentioned right before we started the stream, Nicholas, we have a very competitive field this year. I believe you were saying that about 10 to 12 players are still gunning for the invite.
Correct.
There is so much of sensitivity to the points that you're getting here at MBL because this is the largest point payout event throughout the season.
Yes.
Even if you do not have a very great, Ultra Ball season or Grid Ball season, you can actually get to Worlds, which is a very strong Premier Ball League finish and a Master Ball League finish.
Correct. So even at 10 points in your top 1 to 8, they make a big difference.
Yes.
So again, there is more players to be able to go to Worlds this
yes.
year, right? From 20 players to 24 players. Of course, this also includes not just the Masters division that we are talking about,
Correct.
also the Seniors division and Juniors division.
That is true. Always great to see more people competing. Always great to see more people representing the country that they are from. So this is a welcome change from 2024. These players, these 24 individuals will be representing Singapore at the World Championships. And I might say, the World Championships of Pokemon's 30th anniversary as well.
Oh, yes, indeed. It's going to be very exciting, I think.
It will be, with Pokemon XP as well. But all that aside, let's talk about the day one here at Master Ball League. This is, once again, the pivotal event, the ultimate event of the season. And not only do we have competitions, we also have a little bit of extra that we want to share with you today. So for the day one layout, come on by, check out the competition for the Masters, Seniors, and Juniors TCG players, as well as VGC.
Yes.
If you don't know what VGC is, it's on Pokemon Champions. Give them some love as well. I'm excited to see how Pokemon Champions turns out for VGC.
So please come. We're actually at the streaming area all the way at the back. Come to Suntec Hall 404. So once you come in, just go up the escalator. You should see giant Pikachu outside the hall. That will let you know that you are at the Singapore Master Ball League.
Yes, indeed. So for the most part, if you're coming in as a spectator, there's a spectator zone set up for you as well for you to view. You can also come in and grab some of the medals, the Pokemon Home medals.
Yes.
I went around just now with my phone trying to scan all the medals and collect them. So I have the collection from Philippines, Malaysia, and now Singapore.
Nice.
So I have all three. The most important part here is you being able to be part of the be part of the celebration of Pokemon here at the Singapore Master Ball League. So we also have one more important thing to show you. What are you playing for besides points?
Ooh, yes. This is the card that everyone's been waiting for, right? Pokepad. Remember when this card first came out and everyone couldn't get a hold of it because it was so hard to get? Now, every player here gets one exclusive Pokepad with a Master Ball League stem.
That is amazing. This card as a whole, when it came out first in Ascended Heroes, it was the most sought after card of the set. But then, shifting gears from the card to the playmat, every competitor who makes today 2 gets this amazing looking playmat from the key art of Master Ball League. I love the key art that we have here in the region.
For our region especially, right? We always get
Yes.
this unique artwork for us. And this year's one is not too shabby. I love the Mega Zygarde in the middle. Got Mega Greninja, Mega Dragonite, Mega Zard, and Mega Sharpedo as well.
Yes, indeed. So we had a joke going around that, we also want to see Mega Lucario. And Mega Lucario actually ends up on the promo card on the left here. This is the winner's promo or top 4 promo of the Master Ball League season. So every division will get just 4 cards given out to the first, second, third, and fourth placement. In addition to the beautiful trophies, in addition to the Pokemon Home medals specifically for these 4 players. I would love to be among these 4.
Right?
So much stuff for you for competing and winning.
Yeah, so I mean, if you are interested to play Pokemon, do check out your local gyms. Go search for Trainers Web Singapore. You can look for your local gym nearby. They have a weekly league. If you can, then you can fight for World Championships next year. But for this year's, again, as I was saying earlier, World's Invite Plus Travel Award for the top 2 masters, so the champion and the finalists. First place seniors player and first place juniors player. All expenses paid.
That is going to be the best feeling in the world to win a World's Invite and a travel award. Not to any random place, but to San Francisco for the 30th anniversary World Championships. You know what? I want to play next season.
You want to play next season?
I want to be
excited, right?
I want to be among the top 2 Masters players.
World Championships 2027, maybe?
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe, right?
I'm excited to see because this is, of course, the final event of our region. We're going to be seeing who represents Singapore, but I think more importantly, those who are in Malaysia and Philippines also looking across.
Yes, they're looking
across
to see
here to Singapore. Who are my friends going to be competing at Worlds? We're going to be having a little group going to San Francisco perhaps. That's just one of the exciting parts of being at Worlds, going together with friends, and not just friends from your region, but from across the seas as well.
You're gonna meet people from all over the world when you go to World Championships. And yes,
Yes.
of course, there are a lot of fans from Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines. A lot of us are very close.
Yes.
Many of us been playing for many years as well. So it's very fun to see that when all these, in fact, new players that come up as well that travel to World Championships and do us proud.
Yes, indeed. You mentioned about the veteran players, also new players played. How is it like in Singapore right now? What's the of course the growth rate is high, but do we see a lot of veterans coming back?
We see some veterans, but a lot of new players, right? A lot of new names. Like compared to maybe 8 to 10 years ago, those regional championships to now, got a lot of fresh new faces that I believe may shock you. Championship. Hopefully they can all go far, right?
Yes, we want to see a Southeast Asia representative in day 2. We also
sure.
want to see them in the top 8 perhaps. It's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a while since we had someone in that space. And of course, we talk about a region here which has a lot of talented players, a lot of veteran players who are talented as we talk about. We also know a lot of newcomers dominating events,
Yes.
at the Great Ball League level, at the Ultra Ball League level, and then now, as you mentioned, someone having buys, give them an advantage at the Master Ball League as well. So, if you're just a casual player thinking, where do you start?
Yes.
The league shops, the local game stores, your gym stores are your ticket into this competitive Pokemon TCG space, and then you can see where else you want to go. And competing at Great Ball Leagues and Ultra Ball Leagues
Yes.
also has promo cards.
Right, that's the
in
next
this
step.
region.
So play your local leagues with look for the gym logo. It's a big square with the word gym on it. Then after that, when you've gotten used to play competitively, look out for Great Ball Leagues and the Ultra Ball League that will happen next season. So
Yes.
there will be seasons usually split among 3 seasons. Then you have Great Ball Leagues happening throughout, and then up to 4 Ultra Ball Leagues per season. So
Oh,
you
4,
can say
yeah.
so you have about 12 Ultra Ball Leagues through the entire season. So the season starts after Worlds, so maybe around I would say October,
November probably.
or so. Then
Yep.
it will continue all the way until now, again May
Master Ball
of
League.
next year,
Yes.
which will culminate in the champion. Then we obviously will go to Worlds again in August.
And every year is an exciting experience. But before we get too far into the next year's events, let's talk about today. Let's talk about Master Ball League Singapore 2025-2026. What is the metagame like in Singapore, Nicholas? What do you think we'll see today? Don't say Dragon Ball, please.
I gotta say, Dragon.
It's gonna be Dragon Ball.
Gotta be Dragon
Okay,
Ball.
it's gonna be Dragon Ball.
So
It's such
in fact,
good
look,
card.
it is a very good card, and the fact is that once God of War left the format, left standard format previously, Dragon Ball has just been running wild.
Yes.
This reminds me of there's a counter printed for it, right? We have Lily's Cafe printed for it, but
Yes.
it's still running rampant because of how stable it is. You have Druglock, right? With Recon Directive, you can be able to look to top 2 cards of your deck, pick one. So there's a draw engine inbuilt into the deck as
Yes.
well. And it has so many combinations, right? When it first was released, I remember it was released, people were playing it with Charizard.
Yeah, from Twilight Masquerade
Yeah,
onwards, he was with
early on.
Charizard for a while. Yes.
And then now we have Blaziken EX as his partner. You could also go more classic and pair it with the Dusclops line, right?
That's no Darkstalk.
the
Yeah.
Dusclops
First
Dusclops
blast,
line,
strong ability. What a
very
strong
strong
ability.
ability. Or you can just go at it alone, right?
Yes.
So it's a very insane deck, but we've seen a lot of interesting decks come up in Singapore as well. I have to shout out Okidoki, has been quite popular here.
Maybe in Malaysia. It's like a thing
Yeah.
we're sharing here, Okidogi.
I mean, we're just across the border.
Yeah, no, it's good to hear about it. And I think also the fact remains that you mentioned Liz Caferi. You're seeing that card played in Dragon Ball as well at times.
Yes,
because
because
the
you counter
Christian
your other,
engine.
counter
You're
mirror
essentially
match.
playing the counter to yourself because
Yes.
of the number of mirror matches that you potentially see. So I think that's pretty interesting. And we talk about Gardevoir being out of the format. The rotation, the standard format rotation actually happened in April. So
Very
for those of
recent.
you, very recently actually, and that's the reason why we see Dragon Ball being just rampant. Before the rotation, Gardevoir was the deck that kept it in check. Now, everything's just break loose. It's just a very strong, almost oppressive piece of the meta game at this point. It's not all encompassing because we did see a few other decks do well against Dragon Ball.
Yep.
So the idea is always, if Dragon Ball is the best deck,
What's the main counter?
what's the
right?
counter? So every tier S deck has a foil, and every deck in tier A, I should say, are decks that do well against Dragon Ball. Else, you're not going to survive. You have to have an out.
So for people who are just tuning in, right, and not really sure what a rotation means, right? So the Pokemon card game has a annual rotation.
Yeah.
If you look through your Pokemon cards that you open to your booster packs, on the bottom left there's a ladder, right? So currently, I believe we
H on.
block H onwards. So anything with a letter A to G cannot be played. So
Yes.
then we will also we'll rotate again next year. Then H will be out of the format.
Yes.
So the format keeps getting refreshed every season.
That's
so you
true.
don't usually see the same decks again every year, which also tests players' creativity when they come up with something new. Because we've seen the top players around the world like Todd Reckless come up with Mega Absol EX. That's one new deck that we see out of the blue, right? That no one ever expected out from a meta, and then it suddenly appeared. So I'm hoping that we may see something very special this Master Ball League as well, hopefully.
I think so too. This is, after all, one of the final events of this Perfect Order format.
Yep.
Right, Twilight Masquerade Perfect Order. This is one of the last events before we go into Chaos Rising. So for the most part, I want to see the evolution of the metagame. I want to see Singapore's best players bring what they feel is the answer to the metagame.
Yep.
And then we can shift gears for the next few months to Chaos Rising. Yes.
But I'm hearing, what I'm hearing from the top tables are they are all falling apart somehow.
Okay.
So we're gonna see a non-Dragapult this time for round 6.
Alright. Alright.
And it's gonna be between believe
Alakazam.
Alakazam and
What is Apple?
yeah, it's Hydrapple.
It's
EX?
Hydrapple. So
Hydrapple?
alright,
Oh.
it's gonna be interesting. I think so. Hydrapple EX did actually do pretty well in Malaysia Master Ball League.
Yep.
It was the first seed in day one.
Yep.
Chen Jin-chung piloted that deck to perfection in day one, and it actually went all the way till top 4 in day 2.
Yes, okay.
So it is a strong deck, I would say. Alakazam also is a strong deck. That deck won Philippines Master Ball League,
Yes.
and it actually also got second place in Malaysia.
And I believe in Philippines it won all divisions, right?
It won all divisions. It swept all 3 divisions, and it almost also won in Malaysia, but it was up against Albeliva,
Yeah.
and we're all believers, so therefore it went down.
So you saw how Unbelievers like just
Yeah.
crashes the board, right?
Yeah, so I think this is an interesting matchup, not something that we were particularly planning for, I
Yep,
would say, but I'm excited to see this match turn out.
Don't forget though, this Alakazam is actually being piloted by Jackson Tam.
Okay.
He's a former World Championship player. He represented Singapore in 2022 London, and he 4th place MBL last season for Singapore.
All right, looking to potentially repeat that. And on the right there, of course, you see Jun Xian with Tilma Sokopon and Hydrapple hoping to put a stop to Jackson's run. Although we should say that Jackson is 35-0, so these
Yep.
two players are locked in
Yes, they are.
for their day 2 qualifiers. However, they're going to try and do as best they can to pump up that record.
Yeah, because the scores actually carry on to day 2. You
It
don't
does.
you can't reset. So every win here gets you 3 points. So if they finish the day with 7 wins, they can get 21 points coming to day 2.
That will be huge for those of them who are trying to go the distance and trying to get to that elusive top 8 spot. And we see players here now rolling off, and we will get a game here between Hydrapple and Alakazam. 2 stage 2s I didn't think I would say in the same sentence.
Yeah, they're not really they're stage 2s, but like they don't really play like stage 2s, I would say. Alakazam is just
Yeah.
an intense draw card, right? With that powerful attack that can drop damage counters for
Powerful
every
hand.
hand. Yeah.
Exactly. So
So
it's
give it Alakazam though. I always wonder, like, you're playing a deck that does have an auto loss in the meta currently, right?
true.
So if you go up against Team Rocket, right? And you fight against Team
Yes.
Rocket Articuno, you get stumped there. If you play against the new special type fighting energy,
Rocky, fighting energy. There's also mist energy in the format.
Yes.
You know, and to be fair, I completely agree. Having a card that directly counters your entire game plan in the Articuno feels like a rough spot. But you know what I heard from Khalid, who I should say was the finalist in Malaysia MBL?
What do you say? What do you say?
Just dodge it.
That's what I'm hearing from Alakazam players as well.
Just dodge
Because what they're
Rocket.
telling me is that it's so stable, right?
Yes.
It's so consistent that you're gonna win nearly every other matchup you have as long as you don't meet Rocket. So in the past Ultra Ball League, I played against in every UBL I played against at least 2 to 3 Alakazams, and
Alright.
I usually when you flip the Rocket and then there are face turns from like oh nice to see you to oh.
Not that nice to you anymore. But here we are, Jinsen on the right there with an Applin going first up against Jackson with a Dunsparce and an Abra. Both players starting with, I would say, ideal starting Pokemon for both sides of the field. Junsen Ultra Ball away and Ultra Ball in the Grass Energy. And
Showing off that he plays
exposing the Ace
Ace
Pack.
Pack.
The
Okay.
one card you might not want to have shown right away.
This is the card I have, you know?
Yeah, so go for Meowth right away. This is interesting. What's it going for if you're
Probably
doing
want
this
to
in turn
draw
1?
out here, I think. Go out for
Maybe for next turn, perhaps. Oh, yeah, his hand is dead. There's nothing on his hand. So he's probably going to set up potentially for the next turn here with the Meowth.
So
There was
Vital
this
on the board
energy
Shout
Ultra
out to
Ball.
Chun Xian's card sleeves. These are
Ooh,
some
yes.
card sleeves from 20, I believe 2022. These
Right.
Pikachu matte sleeves from
Very
Pokemon
nice.
Center.
Very
Very
nice.
nice. Let's set the energy to Applin here, I think. Pass?
Yeah, I don't see any Carmine, so there's only supporting a bit turn one. So I think for Junsen, he's grabbing the Meowth just to prepare and potentially just use the last ditch catch right away. We see the price cards here on the right there for Junsen. It's nothing too, I would say, important. Everything here is in multiple copies except for the Briar. So the Briar may come into play later on because that is a card that you could use to take multiple prize cards using your Tilumas Ogapon.
Yes.
So it was also attacked in the list of the Master Bowling champion in Malaysia, George Tan.
Quite high up there among the prize powers.
Yeah.
The chance that he may not be able to see it.
Probably.
Match, though. Jackson, though, Buddy Puffin turn 1, exactly what you want to see. So here comes some air blast to fill up the board. Normally they play 4-3-3. I see a lot of players play 4-3-3. Line of Abra, Kadabra, Alakazam. The Kadabra, when you evolve, you get to draw 2. The Alakazam, when you evolve, you get to draw 3. And then the powerful hand does 2 damage counters for each card in your hand. So you're going to see Jackson with a lot of hand cards to this match.
Interesting they went for the Abra here from Jackson's side of the field. That sort of says that he doesn't have the telepathic energy in hand right now. He does play a full 4. It's such a strong special energy card here. But Jackson here has the Dawn Supporter. A very powerful card for both these decks because it grabs you so much.
Yep, you're going to call it a basic stage 1 and a stage 2.
Yes.
Both players are doing that. Here comes a Kadabra.
Maybe not.
Not.
Dunsparce, perhaps?
Maybe Dunsparce.
Or the Dunsparce, I should say. Jackson here looking through the hand, trying to figure out what's priced. I'm not sure if we saw the price cam yet for the aside. And there we go. Thank you very much, production. Double Dunsparce is going to be interesting because he does run only a 3-2 line. So now we know why he went for the body by Puffin.
Yeah,
there you go.
The price, 1 Kadabra as well. And 1 telepathic energy as
well.
That's
true.
Usually they play up to 3, right, in their decks.
It's about 4, I would
4
say.
in his
Yeah,
deck. Wow,
you want
to
play that as soon as you can. I do want to also point out that there's a rare candy in price. So it won't matter as much here for Jackson because he runs a full set of 4. So he can actually skip the Kadabra in many instances, just go straight to the Alakazam.
But see, I think if one of it actually get knocked out, you need to quickly get another one active.
That is
the
interesting.
Dunsparce.
No, he went with the trading places. So switching Pokemon with one the bench Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think because for Jackson here, the reason why he did that is to preserve the Dunsparce because that's the only one he has access to the whole game. Junsen now thinking, well, that's a little weird that you went that route. And, well, the good news for Jackson is that Junsen here is likely not going to be playing a boss to go after the Dunsparce.
Nope, definitely not.
But he's going for last discharge, and I presume it's going to be for Lily's determination.
Yeah, he should have it, I think he should have it.
Yeah, so here is last discharge on the Meowth EX.
In the draw another fresh new hand of 8 cards, and he does have the Force of Vitality. I think there's some sort of stream buff right now that all the grass type decks are getting Force of Vitality on their early turns.
But here's the thing: the fact that he's going for Lily's determination here it's a very safe play. You know what I would have gone? Straight to the Dawn.
Straight to Dawn, evolve and attack.
Evolve and attack. Straight away go to Dawn. But no, he's playing the safer route. He's even attaching energy to a Tapu Bulu.
Definitely don't think we're going to see any attack getting out this turn, I think.
Yeah, no, I think for Junsen here, he's hoping to go into, well, a few things. You can go into the Meganium and be able to use have Wild Growth take effect right away. He's also hoping to draw into some Tilumas Ogapons to accelerate energy as well.
How lucky it is. He probably needs Bayleaf, Meganium, Pokepad.
Yes. Bug catching set also will work.
also work. There's a lot of options to find Pokemon here. Hasn't played any of them. I see Bayleaf.
Bayleaf and Tilumas Ogapon is good. So Tilumas here.
Tilumas to Til Dance, draw 1.
Yes.
Yes. Does he have it? Does he not have it? His Steel Dance is the key for all these grass type Pokemon decks. You can attach 1 basic energy. This is a card as an energy per turn as well. So you can attach another energy. That's why he can attach use Steel Dance to attach energy. He already attached 1 to Tapu Bulu earlier. Bayleaf is getting 2 Bayleaf.
2 Bayleafs, yes.
But no Meganium.
No Meganium, but double Bayleafs. I would have liked Vincent here to retreat if he's exposing himself. He's only Applin inactive. Maybe go into the Bayleaf that he has spare. But no, choosing to attack with the Applin here with that spray fluid.
Different Bayleafs.
Yeah, two different Bayleafs is interesting. Maybe to just have a chance to attack with Leaf Step for 60 on the one from Ascended Heroes.
Yep. They only got 50, right?
Yeah, sometimes the 10 extra damage does come in clutch. But I don't get this 20 damage poke from the Applin. I would have retreated into a Bayleaf, a spare Bayleaf, and just preserve an opportunity for a Hydrapple. But now Jackson's turn here does get the Dunsparce. Red
And
Candy,
Alakazam.
there you go.
He doesn't have it. That now on his second turn, he's ready to attack with Alakazam. Get more cards to his hand now. That's his only Dunsparce, so this Dunsparce is gonna be used. Energy should be going back to the deck as well. And then if he has a Buddy Poffin, he can probably take back the Dunsparce, put it back onto the bench. Or a Pokepad.
Only issue here is that I don't see a switching card from Jackson. So if he wants to attack, it has to be Energy, Red Candy, Alakazam.
Yep.
But he chose to go for the one on the bench. So
Yeah,
this
not the one
Abra.
to be active though.
Yeah, so no Energy on the active and no attacker right now. So we do see at the Dunsparce runaway draw, getting you 3 cards and then shuffling the Landslug back into the deck.
There's no way for him to pivot as well out of the active spot.
I don't see it because these Abras have a 1 retreat cost.
Yep.
So likely no way to do anything at this point for Jackson. Maybe just passing the turn, but no. He
Red
has a Red Candy, the backup one.
So he does have another one. All right. So that's
There
why
you
we want
go.
the bench one. There we go.
There you go.
The draw 3 coming up right now. There's definitely more than enough hand cards there to take out a Applin.
He has a telepathic, so he can go after the final Abra if he wants to.
Yes. Fetching it. Is he going to switch back? He
Yep.
should be.
He also
Anyway.
runs a Dedenne, by the way. So
I
there is
like
a
that card.
Dedenne with the electromagnetic sonar that could get you a trainer card from this card back into your hand. So that's an interesting inclusion for Jackson here. But
Very
instead,
control kind of card.
yeah, very control-ish sort of card. Recycling some resources, but no, it's just an Abra.
I think he's hiding the Dedenne. This is the one you just had to know that he has it. Anyway, the space should be kept for Dunsparce. Normally. So that Pokemon is going to get a Dunsparce. Or he's going to get a Genesect out and just to try to stop Junxian's unfair stamp.
Which
Then
he
saw
revealed.
that he's revealed in
Which
the
he
early part of
revealed,
the
rather
match.
unfortunately. Yeah, so I like this also from Jackson, trying to protect his hand in case there is a potential unfair stamp,
Yep.
which we know can happen, but we don't see a tool yet. The only tool that we see in the list for Jackson is that Lucky Helmet, I believe.
Yeah, he also has a handheld fan as well.
Oh yeah, let's see. Double handheld fan,
Yep.
so that's not too bad as well.
3 item cards. 3 cards, sorry. 3 cards. Perfect recovery. He's got a Dunsparce back for next turn. Has the handheld fan attached to the Genesect. And he hasn't been a supporter yet.
That's yeah, Jackson's going off here this particular turn. He's going to be taking 1 prize. He's also going to be able to get more cards added to the hand for next turn.
I don't think he's even. I think he's going to draw through half his deck already.
Yeah, probably by this point. Even has a Pheasant Deputy in case Junsen shows some aggression. He's going to be able to draw more cards.
Won't be able to play unfair stem, and that's the key here. Most players have opted not to play 2 scrappers in their decks, so
Yeah,
Genesect is really running wild.
definitely. And for Junsen, he's likely going to move into potentially the Tapu Bulu. So I think even Junsen here, the key thing is to avoid giving multiple prizes. But with a Meowth and a Tilemas Pokemon already in play, that's going to be difficult.
Yes.
So I get why he's using the Tapu Bulu instead of any other Pokemon here.
Jackson probably is definitely eyeing up the Tilemas and the Meowth. Just responding now with a Lily. He still has 6 prizes remaining, so he's going to be able to draw 8 cards once more. That Tapu Bulu, if he can get out a Meganium, is going to be able to attack next turn with another Grass Energy. Wood Hammer for 220 damage.
Yes.
It does the damage to itself, but it's a knockout on the Alakazam, and that's what he wants to see. So from these 8 cards, he's hoping Meganium and a Grass Energy, hopefully.
And get him Grass Energy. Also potentially if he would want to have Bug Catching Set to get more access to his deck for more energy to accelerate for Tilemas Pokemon.
Yes.
And I would also want to see potentially the Lana's 8 come into play eventually because you don't want to be using your EXs, so you want to recycle those single prizes to take knockouts. The only issue here is that I don't see a way for him to transfer energy around. There is no energy switch.
Yep.
So it may be that Junsen might be always 1 turn behind in and powering up these non-EX attackers.
He only plays 1 Tapu Bulu.
One Tapu Bulu, and that's why I think he went to the double Meganium route because he might have to use a Meganium later on.
Yep, could probably attack
But
with
we don't see a Meganium though, it's just double Bayleaf. So if this continues, oh, there's Ultra Ball. Okay.
Meganium is likely going to come out right now. Right
Yes.
here. There we go.
While Growth is online, Junsen will now have double the number of energy in play thanks to
Plus
that
is two.
ability.
Plus is 2, right?
Mage Grass is 2 and it doesn't stack. So having 2 Megames doesn't help, but I would think he's having this set up because he just wanted to empty out his hand earlier on. So Woodhammer for the knockout, getting him 1 prize. Jackson now on his turn, will he be able to respond? I think he can.
Yes, he can. Because we go, there's another Alakazam out, and he's already picked out another Alakazam from his hand. His hand is going to be is really large, right? Let's not put it away. It probably has like more than 10. And gonna, I would say maybe even 15 with now with the Doodles Pass coming out. Here we go, draw 3. And shuffling back the Doodles Pass back into the deck. I'm very curious to know how many hand cards Jackson has right now.
A lot.
Guess.
A lot.
Based on his deck size, I'd say
It should be about 20-ish at this point, right?
Yeah, probably 20-ish or 15. I don't know. Well, that is definitely gonna knock out a Tapu Bulu for sure. Because the Kadeba's gonna draw 2 more cards.
Drawing more cards here from Jackson's side. So I think at this point he has to be a bit careful though, because if Junsen ever takes knockout onto that Genesect,
yep,
it brings the Unfresh play back online, and you want to be able to leave enough to play around with on your side of the field. Dunsparce is great, but you only have access to 1 Dunsparce so far. 2 are still in the prizes. You want to leave at least 1 of these Kadabras as an Alakazam. Oh, sorry, 1 of these Alakazams as an Abra, or Kadabra, I should say, so that you could still draw into cards that you can evolve. If everything's Alakazam, not great if you get Unfresh down to 2.
To keep his Genesect online, I think the key here would be his 1 Lonely Night Stretcher and his 1 Lana's Aid, right?
Yes.
If he keep those for Genesect, he can prevent Junsen from ever using Unfair Step on him. But I think there's no way for
But that's for Secret Ash as well. So there's Secret Ash.
Oh, Secret Ash as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
so Secret Ash would help.
3 ways for him to recover the Genesect in case, because he only plays 3 tools as well. So
big turn here. It was a boss's orders onto Team Masokobon. Jackson would now take 3 total prize cards already and is in prime position to take the win so far in this game. Junsen now has to respawn and hope that Jackson won't be able to go after the Meowth, because if he does, then essentially everything on Junsen's side of the field will be game.
Yes, correct. So the Meowth is another issue here for Junsen. Another 2 prizes can go to Jackson. It's definitely not a single prize matchup again, because Junsen did have to play the Meowth earlier in the game. And like we saw in our first round match, that Meowth, it helps you find your supporter that you need, but 170 HP does mean that you are very, very highly likely to lose prizes.
Yeah, and I think for Jackson's side, it's going to be the easiest of the 2 prizes compared to things like a Hydrapple or Team Mazokopon with that lowly 170 hit points. Junsen now, Lily's Termination, drawing 6. He's potentially looking for, I don't know, a Hydrapple EX at this point, because at the very least, it is the tankiest Pokemon he has.
Yes.
But just a Woodhammer, nothing else played from the hand of 6. Might be a weak one. Jackson now...
Maybe he didn't get the Hydrapple, or maybe
maybe nothing else. Yeah, maybe nothing else completely. So Junsen now down to 4 prizes. Jackson still in the lead here with 3. And judging by the hand size, he should be able to take a knockout again this turn. But he might want to also replenish the bench with a couple more Abra. Yep. So the Secret Ash and the Lana's Aid will come in clutch here. First drawing 4 cards.
Significant prize lead. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes Tapu Bulu here, keep the boss, and then go for Meowth next turn to win the game.
And that's the power of Alakazam, right? It's able to just race you on prizes, because almost every deck plays 2 prizes, 3 prizes, and powerful hands doesn't care. I'm going to build up such a strong and big hand that, yes, it's my options for next turn, but this turn I'm taking prizes.
And also the issue is that, you're fighting against this Hydrapple who doesn't play supporters like Judge. Right?
Yes.
But it's the other supporter that can disrupt your hand other than Surfer, I believe. So because of that, now Junsen can't reduce Jackson's hand size and just keeps going and going. I will not be surprised that by next turn, Jackson will be drawing out his entire deck.
Yes, you don't want to draw everything so that you get your deck yourself out, but thankfully you do have the runaway draw to sort of hedge against a deck out.
So insane, right? With the Hilda, you got the psychic energy you need for Alakazam, then you get the Doodles Pass. You're making your hand even more bigger than it is before. He's really looking at the Pokemon in his discard pile now. It's eyeing to thinking. Secret Ash. And it's the Secret Ash from
Flash Fire.
Wow!
So a Blast on the Pass here.
Really a card. Yellow border as well. Yellow border card.
Shout out to Secret Ash from Flash Fire. That takes me back. It was released in a time where I I probably would have loved to be able to play it more often. But here it is,
They shuffle
making
up to 5 Pokemon, right?
yes, 5 Pokemon into the deck, making an appearance in this matchup because Alakazam wants to recover those Alakazam evolution pieces. And we also see a lucky helmet onto the active. So if Junsen takes a knockout onto this Alakazam, which I hope he does for the sake of a longer game for us, he will be giving cards to Jackson.
Yep. You can have 2 more cards, right? For every
Yes.
attack. Even
Yep.
the Pokemon gets knocked out. Jackson will be able to draw 2 cards.
Powerful hand. Jackson now down to 2 remaining prize cards. Junsen still at 4. And right now he's shifting into the Meganium.
If Jusian cannot disrupt his hand, which I don't think there's any way because I
No.
pay 2 scrapper or whatnot, Jackson can just show the boss orders and win the match.
Yes. Yes, indeed. A boss orders will win the match here for Jackson. And I believe he runs at least 3. Yes, he does.
And I
3
never
boss
see-
orders.
Yeah, I can see Jackson's style here where he puts his hands out and he puts hands, like, see the way he claps his hands?
Yep.
So that means he has bosses on his hand already.
Oh, you rascal, Jackson. That is
I really
a
have this
telltale
feeling.
sign.
So here comes the high dapple though. But he's just going to take a knockout here
Yep.
and
2
draw
more
2.
cards from the lucky helmet.
Yep.
So
That gets
Jackson,
knocked out.
show us the boss. Well, it says to have energy and Alakazam, which I
Yep,
think at
yep,
this point
which
he
at
has.
this point, you know,
Yeah.
Alana's 8. Oh, if it doesn't say can't get
Get the
them,
boss
you can't
though.
boss
Yes,
order, though,
get
right?
the boss.
So,
No more counter catcher plays. Even though it's not live at this point of the game. But for Jackson,
prizes
taking some
remaining.
time though.
You think it's time again? To be honest, you could just take out this Meganium, right? Get another Abra out. It's also possible.
That's true.
But
Well,
it's
another
gonna-
Abra would be a bit tricky because Jackson with an Abra means that he has to fish for rare candy.
Yes.
So-
We go draw 3 first.
Yeah. He
Have
doesn't-
it.
Tells me he doesn't have something. Maybe
Yeah.
he doesn't have the Alakazam or doesn't have the boss. Because you wouldn't need to run away draw unless you had everything in hand.
Yeah, correct. It means you were still missing a piece.
So energy, Alakazam, and a boss orders. Those are the 3 pieces Jackson needs while maintaining a
Now-
large enough hand size.
Is there Alakazam? Or is there no Alakazam? Oh, he has to play another Dudun's pass
Oh
here.
wow!
So he really is missing an Alakazam.
Which we know he Sacred Edge back into the deck.
Yep. So he's going to get to
So-
draw it back. He needs to draw it back to his hand.
They
Run
should
away
be-
draw.
Want to draw another one? Let's
Gonna
go.
have to run away draw here. 3 more cards. Let's see if he gets it. Ability. 3. Get it. I see handheld fan.
Okay, speeding up a little bit. Does it mean
maybe
that he has it?
has
He's in there smiling, saying, "Hey, what are you looking for?"
Yeah. He's like, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have the win?
Yeah, what are you looking for, Jackson? Do you have it here?
Gonna have to Fazan as well to find the card he needs, I think.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it has the Alakazam. So drawing 3 more cards. What are you looking for? Maybe the energy?
yeah, maybe an energy.
Because energy is pretty low in this deck. You only run a total of 6 energy to attack with 4 telepathic and 1
There we
psychic.
go. The energy is there.
There you go.
And
Maybe that was the
boss's
card.
orders
There it
right there.
is.
That wins the match. Congratulations. Hey. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
show the boss's orders.
Now playing it out.
Playing out telepathy and she get the energy out. But yeah, Jackson should be able to win this match.
Yes, indeed. I think he's playing all through the outs, and that should be game here for Jackson. And you mentioned you also played at Worlds in 2022, was it?
Yep, in
So,
London.
representation of the veteran crew here at the Singapore Master Bowling 2026.
Congratulations to Jackson for winning this match. Yeah, he'll just judges just need to make sure that all the players are
Yes.
playing, their turns correctly, play all the cards out.
Yes.
Don't, be too excited and win the match beforehand.
Showing a boss is not playing a boss. You have to
Correct,
play it out.
correct. You gotta play it out, you gotta put it down on the table, let it go ahead.
Yes, so I think it was an interesting matchup overall. I really strongly think that the Alakazam deck has such a good matchup against any that's multi-prizes.
Yes.
If you can't
yes.
disrupt my hand, and I have full control over which prize I want to take,
Yep.
it's going to be a smooth process for Alakazam. I would say though, on the other side of the field, there are decent attackers in the grass
Yep.
type that could counter the Alakazam. Meganium is an attacker.
Yes, because Dagger.
The
Tabubulu
Tabulu was
was
attacker. You could even use both Meganiums, one after the other. It's just that having those EXs on the bench was just the nail in the coffin for the deck, right?
It was detrimental to him putting
Yeah.
out those 2 EX Pokemon. I think it was already a long shot already at that point because Alakazam
Yes.
can just draw the entire deck. Oh, I need boss's orders. I already probably have it in my hand by that point. I think that's a great example on stream of how oppressive Alakazam can be
He can,
and how consistent the deck is.
unless you face Articuno.
Yeah, so that's a balance, right? That's the balance
always
of
a
Pokemon,
balance.
right? Every deck has a weakness, and that's its one weakness.
That's true. That's true. At the end of the day, Junsen, commiserations, but you're still in it. You're still in day
Yes,
2. You're
yes,
just trying to
5-1.
get to a much better score.
Yep.
But at least from now onward, Jackson is in prime position for a potential 7-0 run,
Team in
which
a
gives you
better
the
spot,
best
right?
chance
Yeah, a best
for
spot
a
tomorrow.
day two as well as top cut spot.
Yep.
So don't go anywhere. It was a fun, very quick match, I would say,
Yeah,
relatively.
I read that match.
Yeah, we do have one more round to go here at day one at Singapore Master League, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with round number 7.
One more.
Pokémon Champions. In this title, you can enjoy the battles you know and love from the Pokémon series on your Nintendo Switch or mobile device. You can invite your previous Pokémon partners to join the action by linking with Pokémon Home, or you can find new partners to battle alongside you right away from within Pokémon Champions. You can recruit Pokémon to your team to battle alongside you. It's up to you which Pokémon to choose. Recruit Pokémon you're interested in and form a team. Then it's finally time for Pokémon battles. You can enjoy ranked battles that let you face off against trainers from around the world, as well as private battles where you can take on family and friends with greater immersion than ever before. Take on thrilling matches in single battles and double battles. Finally, we'd like to introduce you to a new way to raise Pokémon that lets you enjoy battles even more. Pokémon Champions offers ways to make raising your Pokémon more flexible and convenient than ever. Teach your Pokémon moves that interest you, then train your Pokémon to make the most of them. Recruit and train to easily enjoy Pokémon battling. Bringing Pokémon battles to everyone. Pokémon Champions. Planned to release in 2026. Pokémon Champions. In this title, you can enjoy the battles you know and love from the Pokémon series on your Nintendo Switch or mobile device. You can invite your previous Pokémon partners to join the action by linking with Pokémon Home, or you can find new partners to battle alongside you right away from within Pokémon Champions. You can recruit Pokémon to your team to battle alongside you. It's up to you which Pokémon to choose. Recruit Pokémon you're interested in and form a team. Then it's finally time for Pokémon battles. You can enjoy ranked battles that let you face off against trainers from around the world, as well as private battles where you can take on family and friends with greater immersion than ever before. Take on thrilling matches in single battles and double battles. Finally, we'd like to introduce you to a new way to raise Pokémon that lets you enjoy battles even more. Pokémon Champions offers ways to make raising your Pokémon more flexible and convenient than ever. Teach your Pokémon moves that interest you, then train your Pokémon to make the most of them. Recruit and train to easily enjoy Pokémon battling. Bringing Pokémon battles to everyone. Pokémon Champions. Plan to release in 2026.
Level up your Pokémon card game skills in just 10 minutes! I'm not sure how this card works.
Is there something wrong?
Professor Pokecard!
Ren, if it's a Pokemon card problem you have, I can probably help.
Since you were the one who taught me how to play the game, I've done a good job collecting cards, but cards like stadiums or Pokemon tools are still a bit confusing to me. How do they work?
I see. Well, it sounds like it's time for you to learn more about rules and cards and get your Pokemon skills to the next level.
All right, I'm in.
Here are the 5 points we'll learn about today. For starters, let me explain stadium cards for you.
That would be great.
You can play only one stadium card during your turn, but it stays in play while the game goes on. A stadium card goes between both player sides of the field, and there can only be one in play at a time. Different stadium cards can have a bunch of interesting effects.
Like increasing my damage, or letting me pull a Pokemon from my deck.
Not just you, actually. Both players can use the stadium in play, and that's what's special about them.
I see, so it works for both me and my opponent.
When a new stadium card is played, the previous one goes into the discard pile. By the way, you cannot play a stadium that has the same name as the one currently in play. That's an important detail.
I'm gonna write that down.
Next up, let me explain Pokemon tools.
I see Pokemon tools also offer a lot of different options.
A Pokemon tool can be attached to one of your Pokemon in play. Only one tool per Pokemon. For example, in this situation, Defiance Band makes Miraidon EX's attacks deal 30 more damage.
That's 250 damage to Koraidon EX with Miraidon EX's Photon Blaster. Amazing!
If you have 2 Pokemon in play and 2 tools in your hand, you can attach one tool to each Pokemon during the same turn if you want.
One per Pokemon, huh? And what if I want to give my Pokemon a different tool later on?
Unfortunately, once a tool is attached to a Pokemon, it stays there and can't be moved.
Okay, I see.
In other words, you can't attach 2 tools to a single Pokemon or freely switch tools around after they've been attached.
Oh, that makes sense.
All the more reason to carefully think about what tool to attach to which Pokemon to get the upper hand in battle. By the way, if your Pokemon gets knocked out, its Pokemon tool gets discarded as well.
Better write that down too.
And that's everything you need to know about Pokemon tools. Let's keep going. Next, I'll teach you about retreating, a great way to deny your opponent prize cards.
I guess that has to do with the retreat on the bottom right of Pokemon cards?
Good guess. I knew you were paying attention. Each Pokemon has a retreat cost, which is how much energy it will need in order to retreat.
Charmeleon says that it needs 2 energy to retreat.
Once per turn, you can pay your active Pokemon retreat cost by discarding that much energy from it and switch it with one of your benched Pokemon. Now, what if your active Pokemon is the Cyclizar?
Hey, wait! There's no energy next to the word retreat on this card.
Indeed. Some cards don't have any energy in their retreat cost. That means you can switch them with a benched Pokemon without discarding any energy.
But tell me, how exactly do you decide which benched Pokemon to switch into when retreating?
Good question. It's usually a good idea to send a Pokemon with high HP that will be hard to knock out, or a Pokemon you've been preparing on your bench that is now ready to dish out some strong attacks.
I get it now! By the way, what do I do if I don't have any Pokemon on my bench?
Well, in that case, your Pokemon can't retreat. On that note, if your active Pokemon gets knocked out while you don't have any benched Pokemon, you will be out of Pokemon and your opponent will win immediately, even if they still had prize cards to take.
Wow, I better make sure that I always have Pokemon on my bench then. I've been wondering, what are those red abilities I sometimes see on Pokemon cards?
Another great question. Let me tell you everything you need to know about abilities. Some Pokemon have an ability, and their effects vary widely from one Pokemon to another.
How much energy do I need to use an ability?
Abilities don't require any energy.
You don't need energy?
You don't need energy, and they're different from attacks, so using them doesn't end your turn.
Wow, that's super important to know.
And that's not all. Abilities are also different from attacks in that some of them can be used even when the Pokemon isn't in the active spot.
What? Really?
There are abilities that can be used either in the active spot or from the bench, abilities that activate when you take prize cards, or even abilities that work all the time just by having that Pokemon in play. The abilities text clearly says when and how its effect works, so make sure to read your Pokemon cards.
Effects that work even outside of the active spot? So many possibilities. Oh, hey, Professor. My Arcanine EX card says Terra. Is that an ability too?
Yet another good question. Terra effects are technically different from abilities.
So abilities and Terra effects are 2 different things. Gotcha.
Terra Pokemon have an effect that prevents all attack damage done to them while they're on the bench. It's always written near the Pokemon's name and HP, so you can't miss it.
Let's take notes on this too.
Almost there. To conclude this lesson, let me teach you about special conditions.
Special conditions. That's one thing I know about. It means things like poisoned or paralyzed, right?
That's right. There are a few special conditions to remember, so here is a little cheat sheet that I made to help. Let me quiz you to see how much you actually know.
All right, quiz away.
Which special conditions will prevent you from attacking or retreating?
Huh? There are special conditions like that?
When your Pokemon is asleep or paralyzed, it can't attack or retreat.
Wow, no way.
Next, what about special conditions preventing you from using abilities?
I think that's gotta be asleep and paralyze again.
Gotcha! You can always use abilities even if your Pokemon is affected by a special condition.
Not fair. That's a trick question.
Well, that way you will remember.
By the way, it says a Pokemon must be turned counterclockwise when it's asleep and clockwise when it's paralyzed. What if it's both at once?
Ooh, that's a clever question. In fact, asleep, paralyzed, and confused do not stack. A Pokemon can only have one of those three. If a Pokemon that was already paralyzed is hit with an effect that makes it asleep, the new status condition replaces the previous one.
Noted. Asleep, paralyzed, and confused do not stack.
By the way, there are 2 ways to make your Pokemon recover from any special condition. Do you know how?
I know a Pokemon recovers if it's moved to the bench, but what's the other one?
A Pokemon also recovers from all special conditions when it evolves.
Evolution, yeah!
Well, Ren, now you're almost a Pokemon card game rules expert.
Oh, that makes me want to play right now.
Good idea! Let's put all you've learned into practice with a real battle.
Okay, my new deck with stadiums and tools is ready. Let's go!
Time to set up to play. First, are there any basic Pokemon in the 7 cards you drew as your starting hand?
No, I don't see any basic Pokemon.
If you don't have any basic Pokemon, reveal your hand to your opponent. Then shuffle it all back into your deck, then draw 7 cards once again. That's called a mulligan. Keep doing this until you get a hand with a basic Pokemon. Once your opponent is done setting up and has put down their prize cards, they can draw a card for each extra mulligan that you had to take. Oh, but if neither player has a basic Pokemon, no one draws an extra card for that mulligan.
Oh man, still no basic Pokemon in sight.
You, did remember to include basic Pokemon in your deck, right?
Oh! I was so focused on adding all the new cards I just learned about, I forgot to put in basic Pokemon.
Your deck has to have at least one basic Pokemon. You're going to have a hard time starting the battle without one.
In this desolate world, humans and Pokémon have vanished. Oh, a Ditto transformed to look like a human. And a unique-looking Tangrowth. They decided to build a new town. Nestled in the grass is Bulbasaur, a grass-type Pokémon. Pokémon will appear in their preferred habitats. Ditto can learn moves from Pokémon it meets, refresh and enrich the land, and open up new paths. As nature flourishes, so will the Pokémon. Ditto's also quite handy. Gather materials and use them to create all sorts of items. Till the fields, grow crops, and build houses for Pokémon. There's so much to do here. Pokémon may also have unique requests. Looks like Squirtle wants to go somewhere, and Riolu seems pretty hungry. Pokémon stuck in harsh environments also need your help. So work together with other Pokémon to complete these requests. And your world will become even livelier. What other adventures await? Will there be other unique encounters? What kind of life will you make? Will these relaxing days spent playing and bonding with other Pokémon become precious memories? Rebuild the world one step at a time. Pokémon Pokopia. Available now only on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Pokémon Champions. In this title, you can enjoy the battles you know and love from the Pokémon series on your Nintendo Switch or mobile device. You can invite your previous Pokémon partners to join the action by linking with Pokémon Home, or you can find new partners to battle alongside you right away from within Pokémon Champions. You can recruit Pokémon to your team to battle alongside you. It's up to you which Pokémon to choose. Recruit Pokémon you're interested in and form a team. Then it's finally time for Pokémon battles. You can enjoy ranked battles that let you face off against trainers from around the world, as well as private battles where you can take on family and friends with greater immersion than ever before. Take on thrilling matches in single battles and double battles. Finally, we'd like to introduce you to a new way to raise Pokémon that lets you enjoy battles even more. Pokémon Champions offers ways to make raising your Pokémon more flexible and convenient than ever. Teach your Pokémon moves that interest you, then train your Pokémon to make the most of them. Recruit and train to easily enjoy Pokémon battling. Bringing Pokémon battles to everyone. Pokémon Champions. Plan to release in 2026.
Level up your Pokemon card game skills in just 10 minutes! I'm not sure how this card works.
Is there something wrong?
Professor Pokecard!
Ren, if it's a Pokemon card problem you have, I can probably help.
Since you were the one who taught me how to play the game, I've done a good job collecting cards. But cards like stadiums or
And welcome back for one final time here at day one at the Singapore Master Ball League. Aaron Minjit with Nicholas Yong here, and we have round number 7, the final round for players to book themselves into the day 2 qualifiers.
Been a long day, yeah? We were here from like just before afternoon, I think.
Yeah, just before afternoon, I think.
Yeah, I think the tournament started officially around 11, and now we're finally in round 7. So
yeah,
the all players after this round who are 5 wins and above will go to day 2, right?
Exactly. So we will have day 2 qualifiers not at a particular number of player cutoff, but those who actually 5 and 2. If you are currently, for any reason, on the brink of being eliminated, it's a must-win game.
This is a must-win game. If you are currently 4-2, this is the must-win, right? Or not, you're out.
If not, you're out. So if you're 4-2 and you go up against another player and you're both on the brink of potentially tying, you might want to speed up.
Yeah, you gotta speed up. You gotta speed up. But of course, if you do get into day 2, a playmat is waiting for you at the bare minimum.
A playmat is waiting for you. Also, a chance at the top 8. Obviously, people want to be getting there. That's where you are essentially going to be vying for the top prize of a travel award as well as an invite to the World Championships in San Francisco later this year. So, we have a very interesting matchup for you today. It's going to be Dragapult.
Dragapult again.
But paired up against Cerulege.
Wow.
So, for those of you Cerulege fans, me being one of them, it's been a long, hard road for this deck. But it's here now in the final round, and Wayne is 6-0. Noel, on the other hand, is also 6-0 with Dragapult, the Dunsparce. So it's a very thin the Dunsparce line. It's a 1-1 line. However, both these players, I should say for Noel's deck, is more of the Crushing Hammer build rather than the Dunsparce. Runs the 4 of Crushing Hammer. However, if you are Wayne, you wouldn't mind your energies hitting this card.
You want it, right?
You want it there because Cerulege with the Abyssal Flames wants energy into the discard, and this deck is notorious for being one of the hardest hitting decks in the format. First off, you see Dragapult here. We've covered this deck a lot today.
Yes.
What is special about Noel's build?
The Crushing Hammer that we don't really see here is actually getting very popular in overseas tournaments as well.
Yes.
You want to... not only like you're already disrupting your opponent via unfair stem, then you got this Crushing Hammer that discussed. Actually, we saw it in the early one of the matches. 2 tails, 1 hits. But still, but in every other match, like against mirror matches, this would be an excellent card. But against Cerulege, though, Yuri is wanting to attack, though. So unfortunately there. Noel is no stranger in the competitive scene. He's played in a lot of overseas tournaments as well. So going 6 wins here, even if he loses going day 2, he's very used to playing BO3.
Right.
To be honest though, I know him, he's actually a very big fan of Charizard. He likes to play Charizard EX, but since that card, Mega Charizard Y is not so, I would say, meta, unfortunately. So he's going for Dragapult this time around, and it's served him well.
Yeah.
In the top tables with the Dragapult Monkey Dory, but this is going to be a test though. How fast can Wayne get energy for Cerulege into the trash?
Yeah, so for Wayne here, we talk about decks not being a really part of the metagame. Cerulege has not been part of any of the metagames in recent times. It did pretty well, I think, at the start of the tail end of the, or I should say the early Mega Evolution formats. It did pretty well. It also did pretty well pre-rotation. Here, see the prizes here are both decided to place 2 fire energy for Noel. That's a little bit rough.
Yeah,
yeah, Defense Dippy for Wayne. That's also one of the few ways this deck can draw cards, either through the Luna Soul combo or with Serendipity. He also has no access to that. 3 fighting energy is also interesting because you want those in the discard pile, not in the prizes. But this deck runs 14, so we should be safe.
It's okay. He's going to be able to draw those energies in the first phase. I like how he's playing different kinds of energies for those players who are triggered by this. Also, if you check out Noel's fire energies, those are the whole ones. Your favorite Pokemon.
Yes, indeed. So from the Heart Gold Soul Silver set of cards from, oh gosh, 16 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, showing off my age again, which is not nice. But in any case, we now have Noel and Wayne going up against each other. Here, both players already secured for day 2. Both of them trying to go to that elusive 7-0 record.
Right.
So
Noel, 2 fire energy means he only has 1 in the deck, so he's got to be very patient with it because he only plays 3 fire energies.
Okay, that is interesting there. So 3 fire energies and now only 1 in the deck. Wayne, he's starting off first, going with the, or leading with the Charcadet in the active. He's running the ETB promo Charcadet, the one which has, I think it's called Gather Strength. Yes. So you're able to search out for cards or for energy into the hand. However, the reason why Cerulege doesn't mind going first is that it actually runs Carmine, a card that allows you to play a supporter or play it on the first turn, going first. And it's one of the only ways to discard energy now that we no longer have Professor's Research in format. Go away, Hydrapple. Yes. But we will now see also on Wayne's side of the field a Pokepad being played. I would assume this is for one piece of the Solrock Lunaton combination. There we go. So a Solrock which made its way into Cerulege because it discards energy.
Yes.
Right, with Lunaton.
So you can discard the fighting energy, get energy into the discard pile, which powers up Cerulege's main attack, which is 30 damage plus 20 ball for every energy in your discard pile. It counts any energy, right?
Any
Fire,
energy.
Water, grass, even special energy. It counts special energy as well.
It does. And speaking of special energy, Wayne here has chosen to run a legacy energy, but he has a horrible hand. It's just energy and that's it.
Oh, Noel will love to see that.
Oh,
this is
no.
Noel checking to see what's in his price. He's going to be surprised to know that he only has 1 fire energy to attack following turns. But yeah, 1 Solrock is pretty rough though.
1 Solrock and nothing else in hand for Wayne. That is not good. He does have a way to ramp up if by any chance he draws into potentially a Lunatone or any of the supporter cards that this deck plays. But other than that though, Noel going for the energy attachment onto the Dreepy.
Yep,
that does signal that we will not see a Bedew coming out here. Definitely. So no item lock.
Yes, no item lock this turn. So I think he sees that Wayne just didn't move. So I think he doesn't mind giving him that 1 extra turn for items. He can use his Pokepads to get out more Dreepies and prepare for Draclo next turn.
That is true. So Noel here, you want to be drawing a Buddy Buddy Puffin. Do we see it?
Yes, he does. He does get it.
Double Buddy Buddy Puffin, I believe.
Let's go.
Alright, so we will have a full board setup here for Noel. Wayne, on the other hand, will need to try and draw something quick. If not, it's going to go downhill very fast against Dragapult.
Going to come down, going to play 1 by 1, going to play both at once.
Yes. It's a technicality that everyone should be aware of. Don't play your item cards one after the other without resolving them one at a time.
Correct. So is he going to fill up his bench or is he going to leave 1 spot open for a possible Monkey Dory or Budew? Stop, he's going to go full GP.
Yeah.
All 4 GPs are out right now, which is fine because if he has Dudun's Pass, he can get that bench space back again. Once the Dudun's Pass uses the ability, he gets shuffled back to the deck. He's going to pass here and go back to Wayne now.
What does Wayne get? Ultra Ball! That's
Ultra
big.
Ball
That is
big.
huge. Ultra Ball here is either a Meowth or a Lunatone.
Yes.
So Wayne here is probably thinking, what do I do here? I'm going to discard energy for sure. It's going to be discarding both the fighting energies, I think. Yes. So it's either a Meowth here for potentially a release termination.
Yep.
Or he could go into the Lunatone and discard more energy.
Let's see if another fighting in hand.
I think he has one more.
Then it should be fine. No problem. Get draw 3 cards here.
Yeah, so this is a big risk though. You're only seeing 3 cards compared to seeing a potential of 8 fresh cards. The key thing here is that you're not benching the Meowth, which is fresh meat for Noel's Dragapult
Yeah,
EXs.
a free Phantom Dive knockout, right?
Yes. So we will see here. Oh, he has a burn the Night Stretcher
it's
to
a
do
burn
it.
Night
Okay.
I mean, it's a matter if he discards the Night Stretcher for the Ultra Ball.
It's fine. Now, does he draw out of his current situation? 3 cards here. Soul Rock, Gilbert.
And another
Oh,
fighting
that's not
energy.
good. He does get to use Dig, Dig, Dig. I love this card, by the way. Drillbur here
How
from
Noah's checking it
Temporal
out.
Forces. Like, what is this card? So Drillbur here is interesting because it allows you to search your deck for 3 fighting energies and discard them.
Yep.
You only get to activate it if you play it to your bench, so you don't get it if you start with it.
Yep.
However, it essentially means 60 extra damage for Wayne's side of the field. Now, the key thing here for Wayne is that he doesn't have any other plays other than potentially retreating the Charcadet inactive, but you don't want to be retreating your Charcadet by discarding a legacy energy though.
True. So I think it's just probably going to.
Oh, he has a fighting energy as well, so he could do that, but then he leaves himself without a potential Luna Cycle next turn. So, yeah.
I would rather hold for Luna Cyclone, I think.
Yes.
Attach the
So,
legacy energy
Oh.
and pass here.
well, he could have Gathered Strength and search for 2 fire energy.
Yeah, he
He
could
could
have.
have thinned your deck by 2 more cards.
Yeah, he could have. He could have. That's a bit rough. So here comes the Joglook, the first of Noel's many Joglooks coming out right now. Econ Directive, we've seen it so many times today, in fact.
Yes.
Look at the top 2 cards and pick 1, put the hand. He's thinking about attaching the Psychic Energy onto another GP. So he's got 2 potential Dragapult attackers next in the following turns.
That's fine. I
Another
think,
Lease
because,
Determination.
yeah, I think it's fair because here you don't actually have access to fire energy as easily as you would like. So spreading out your energy here early means that, well, you have access to an attacker when you have the fire energy. For Noel here, again, one more Lease Determination. Wayne will be thinking, where's my supporter? I want to play one as well.
You see Noel just powering through his deck. Right? He got another Joglook through this determination, and he has a Pokepad in hand. He's gonna find he found a Pokepad via 1 Recon Directive, and I believe he has another Pokepad in hand, so he can get all his Joglooks out this game. They
Yes,
got the
indeed.
3rd Recon Directive probably. Now he's gonna play
Yeah.
another Pokepad to get the 4th Recon
Oh
Directive.
my
out.
gosh.
All 4 Joglooks are on the board right now. Seeing this across the board is very scary.
It is. So you might think that, oh well, these are not Dragapults, but you don't want to be playing Dragapults right now as Noel because that's 2 prizes for a Cerulege.
Yep.
You want to keep as many of the Dracloaks as possible at a Dracloak level so you can dig through your cards for resources, and that just means you always have a card advantage against a Cerulege deck, hoping to just top deck out of the current situation he's in.
Right, so if each one you're looking at 2 cards or 2 forces, you look at 8 cards, take 4, right?
Yes.
Very, very powerful filter. You can just pass right now.
Yeah,
Just need
your
to-
Wayne.
And he has a Duden's Pass
Oh
involved.
yes, another 3 cards. An Ultra Ball here from Wayne is pretty good. At least, very least, that is either a Cerulege or a potential Meowth. So I would, yeah, let's see if he goes with a Luna Cycle. Probably going to go down that route, drawing 3
First-
more fresh cards. Pokemon's good. Ultra Ball is
Ball's
still good.
good.
Cerulege is good. All right.
Challenge is very good.
We have a potential attack here because with the amount of energy he's discarded, Wayne will be able to attack. The question is, will he want to just take a prize on Monkey Dory?
Yeah.
Or will he want to go for a boss's orders and target down those energy attachments on Noel's side of the field?
Noel does play unfair stamp, so I think Wade has to be really careful of that if he takes
Yes.
his first knockout right now. Noel's definitely, if possible, going to unfair stamp his hand immediately. Ultra Ball coming out here, discarding another Ultra Ball and one of the Soul Rocks. One should be safe. It's going to be another Charcadet.
Oh, it goes on a Drill Burst. So he's preparing for a potential Dragapult EX next turn,
Yep, it's gonna
getting
try-
more Pokemon into play, or more energy into discard via this Drill Burst in play.
Again, search your deck for 3 basic energy.
I love this card.
This card didn't get an IR, right?
It did not, rather sadly. So I run one of these in my Cerulege deck right before the rotation. It is coming clutch, especially against the Dragapult matchup, because you putting this early just signals that if you come up with a turn 2, turn 3 Dragapult,
Yep.
I should be able to take a 1 KO.
How,
And
how often do you start this card. It's an ND active zone though.
Um,
Out of 10 games maybe.
maybe one or two, right? So it's not too bad because you can also run an additional Soul Rock to sort of hedge against that sort of thing. But here Wayne is running 2 drill bursts, so his option, statistically speaking, it's likelier for him to have it inactive. But thankfully, he started with a Cyrillage. And now we will see Abyssal Flames 4 and knockout most likely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's 180 plus 30, 210 damage.
Yes, so not very far from a knockout on a Dragapult, I might say, because with Gravity Mountain, which I don't think Noel has seen yet,
Yep.
Wayne only needs a total of 4 more energy into the discard.
Opting to send out the Jucklope with the Psychic Energy attached. Here
Yes.
comes the first of many Crushing Hammers.
Oh, I'm not sure about this though.
Going to be a tail.
He's probably trying to go after the Legacy Energy.
Yeah. Trying to go for the Legacy Energy. Try to discard the Legacy Energy.
Alright.
Here we're playing the Crushing Hammer.
Yeah, no, I think the judges are just trying to make sure that they use the right die.
Maybe he's supposed to pick
Okay.
supposed to pick a target with Crushing Hammer.
Yeah, it's all good. Oh yeah, you pick a target first actually. That's the thing about Crushing Hammer. So all good there. Noel, look at the prizes. Just for us,
What?
the 2 fire energy will be painful because they're not even at the bottom half, I have to
Yes.
say.
Just the one. I don't know if he has it.
Oh wow, does he not have it yet? So no access to it yet, right?
But
No.
he does have a Fazan Deputy though. He can draw another 3 cards, but it's a 2-price
So
liability.
you don't want to do that. Yes, that's a 2 prizes.
Here comes
So
another Crushing Hammer. He's going to check if he uses dice. Going to be a hit.
Oh, that's
Ready to
huge.
discard the Legacy Energy.
that is huge. So it does mean that this Cyrillage going down will give 2 prize cards to Noel instead of 1. However, does Noel have the fire energy?
Ruins coming out. Yeah, Risky Ruins again. We mentioned earlier. If you play a Pokemon that's non-darkness type, it takes 2 damage counter you play from your hand to your bench. Actually, not from your hand. As long as you play to your bench.
Yes, as long as it
Via-
enters onto the bench. But discarding the
Oh,
Peasant
the Fazan
Deputy.
Deputy. Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah.
He's still keeping a single price board state right now.
Okay.
Here we go. That's the Monkey Dory. Is he going to touch a darkness energy?
Yeah, so it looks like the supporter that Noel's looking for right now is a Crispin. So there is a Crispin over there. So Crispin comes in, fire energy here, dark energy. It's going to be a huge turn because with a single Phantom Dive and Adrenal Brain, not only will Noel put Wayne's Cyrillage into a very precarious state, he also knocks out the only Charcadet on the bench.
Yes. We go. 2 damage counters being moved. Definitely into the Charcadet, I believe.
I think so. He should go to Charcadet unless Noel opts to go somewhere else. The Charcadet is the threat here, but okay, going for...
He's eyeing a Lunatone.
I don't mind this as well because he's going after the
It's
more power.
Yeah, he's counting the damage, the number of damage counters. And it's
Okay,
He's resolved to go for the Charcadet after all. Okay, the
alrighty.
Charcadet already has 70 HP. Then we go Phantom Dive time.
Probably on the Drill Burrs, I would think, because
Yeah.
I'm on the receiving end for many Phantom Dives as the Cyrillage player. The Drill Burr always get targeted down. So here we have 200 damage on the Cyrillage from the Phantom Dive. Now, this is interesting. If Wayne is able to knock out this Dragapult,
Yep.
Noel has no access to fire energy unless he finds a Night Stretcher.
Yes.
That
Which I
is the-
believe he picked up earlier. I think from
Okay.
one of the recon directives. So
Alrighty.
I think he has one in hand. This is
Okay.
gonna be- I can't really see, but I think he has one.
So
Yeah, he does
everything.
have one. He does
Okay.
have one in hand.
So that's going to be key here for Noel. For Wayne, more energy into the discard pile.
Yes.
And
So
you don't want to be doing any damage to your side of the field. So that Risky Ruins needs to be bumped before you put down that Charcadet.
Yes.
So where is your Gravity Mountain, Wayne?
Gravity Mountain needs to bump that stadium away. Again, one player can play one stadium per turn. And
There
there
it
it is. There
Okay.
is the Gravity Mountain. So goodbye, Risky Ruins. That Charcadet is safe for now.
For
Here comes
now.
another draw 3. Lunatone.
Oh, the Briar. So the Briar is in hand now for Wayne. That's going to be interesting. That could come into play here later on. But at this point right now, Wayne needs to find more energy into the discard. He was helped with that energy Crush Hammer, by the way.
Yep.
But he doesn't seem to have any fire energy right now.
Because he's missing, right? Okay, here we go. It's going to be a
So
Fighting Gong.
Gong. It
If he
goes
takes-
back to that turn where he could have gathered strength with the Charcadet. If he did that, he would have 2 fire energy in hand.
Yes, he would have. And now he's just get 1 energy card, right? And I think he should have enough to knock out this Dragapult, I guess. He got more than
Well,
90 HP.
2 into the bin. He needs 2 more and also the fire energy, based on the last count.
Yep.
So does Wayne have that?
9 previously, right?
No, just passes.
He passes! Oh, this is rough!
And-
And Noel immediately drops the Risky Ruins, bumping away that Gravity Mountain.
And this is rough here because for Noel, all he has to do is bench any basic and he'll wipe away all major threats on Wayne's side of the field, taking out the Cerilich and the Charcadet.
Yes. So he's shuffling his students passed down, just getting a bench spot. Not really, he doesn't really want to draw to, he just wants to get that bench spot right now.
Yes. It's so rough
Wayne
for Wayne.
just missed that fire energy. Is now that crushing hammer,
That crushing
which,
hammer.
which we thought wasn't going to play such a big role, is playing a huge role in this match.
Yes. And goes back to the turn of when you get it, you could have get it strength to get 2 fire energies to the hand, but Wayne didn't do that. Just choosing to pass.
Quickly skimming through his deck now with the Recon Directive.
Yeah.
The driver's seat right now. He just get a Buddy
Yeah,
Pop in
Buddy
here
by
to
Puffin
get...
gets it
Yep.
for sure because
Get
it will
the-
still trigger Risky Ruins, right? So
Yes.
you will get the Dunsparce onto the bench, trigger Risky Ruins, and then Dreader Brain to the bench.
That would mean that Noel will pick up 3 prizes, leaving only 2 prizes remaining.
Yes, and for Wayne, there's no attacker left other
Yeah.
than the Soul Rock, which is not going to be, not I wouldn't say not important, but it's not.
It's
the
not going to
card.
be good enough. It's not going to do enough, right?
Yeah.
He needed that. He needed the Chuckanet to survive one,
Yes,
and he needed the Seven. So I think he got bench locked, right? He got bench
he
locked.
got bench lock. Yeah, it's a very common thing for Savage players where you just have so much on your bench, you just lose to a Dragapult, taking out all of your Charcadets and Cerealages.
So he was hoping. I mean, if your opponent plays area 0, at least you could take advantage of that. But
That's true.
right at this point now, here we go. It's going to be a double knockout here. You're going to move 20.
You just only move 10, so you
You
don't have
only
to
move
use
10,
all of
yeah.
it. Yeah, so you can save it for another time. The only way Wayne has a way back here is that he has a boss's order, not taking a knockout on the Dunsparce,
Yes.
and benching 2 Charcadets.
he needs to buy that 1 turn.
Yeah.
But Noel does have an unfair stamp waiting for him.
Oh, but doesn't matter. You know why?
Yeah.
Noel down to 2 prizes. Any knockout on the active will also knock out the dribble on the bench.
Ooh, right.
So
Yes,
it's
because
game.
one
It's
is-
pretty much game set match here.
It's rough here for Wayne. I don't think he can come back from this.
No, that 1 turn of a missed opportunity has cost him so much here.
He has the fire
He threw
energy
the fire
now,
energy.
but he got no way to attack. He's gonna hit 70, and I
And
think
that's it.
Noel can just win this match. Just win this one right now. Draw,
Yeah, that's
and
it
then
there.
Phantom dive for these 2 to win the game. Congratulations to Noel for taking the win. Unfortunate for Savaledge though.
It is. It is. I am heartbroken seeing it go all the way here at the Singapore Basketball League. However, we will get to see potentially Wayne try again tomorrow.
If he decides
If
to
he
play
decides to
Savaledge.
play Saturday. So for Noel here, he goes 7-0. Congratulations. Perfect record and
Yep.
going into day 2 in the best possible level.
He was telling me though that he was just here to have fun, and looks like he's having more than fun here. We're going all the way.
I will quote Brian here on this one. I like to win, and winning is fun.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
That is true. So at the end of our stream or our coverage today, we had quite a bit of Dragapult. We started off with a rough Dragapult in a sense, but
Yep.
they started winning, and now we've showcased I think almost a full suite of Dragapult variants.
If you are interested to play Dragapult, just rewind this stream.
Yes.
You can have a look at all the different variants, see which one you like. Do you like to play with
Dusknor?
You want to play straight without anything else? You want to play with 4 crushing hammers? So many choices for you,
With
right?
the Dunsparce EX.
Yep.
There's a lot of options to play this card, and this card is once again tearing it up here at a tournament in Southeast Asia.
Hopefully we get to see the Dragapult with Blaziken soon.
Ah, yes, the chicken pulp variant, which is I would say popular here as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are at the end of coverage for today. It's
Yes.
been a fun day 1, I should say. But don't go anywhere when we talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day.
Yes.
Firstly, of course, come on down to
Oh,
Suntec
right.
City Convention Center
All
tomorrow.
404, guys.
Yes, there's not just going to be competition tomorrow. There's going to be a bunch of side events.
Yep.
The side events are already ongoing right now. The point get battle is going on. People are already exchanging their points for prizes.
Yep.
I saw someone running around with acrylic keychains, things like that.
Yes.
I
yes.
would love one for myself,
Correct,
but
correct,
unfortunately,
correct.
I'm here for. We are here for all of you back home. But if you want to win some of those, come on down tomorrow at Suntec City Convention Center. There's going to be a full day of Pokemon, a celebration of Pokemon, as I like to call it. Of course, the day 2 qualifiers start as well around the same time as today, about
Roughly,
10,
yeah.
10 to 11 a.m. local time. So
I
make
believe-
sure that you're tuning in.
I believe the public gets going around 11 a.m. to come
Yes.
in. Yeah. So
Yes.
again, you can redeem for stickers, acrylic keychains, and most importantly, booster packs.
Yes.
Yes, booster packs of Chaos Rising, the new
Oh.
set.
So if you missed out the launch yesterday, we will have Chaos Rising here if you do well at the point game battle. So come on and have fun with us. And most importantly, if you're not joining us tomorrow physically, join us tomorrow on the stream.
Yes.
Both the Pokemon Champions on the VGC as well as Pokemon TCG as always. It's been a pleasure so far
Yes.
on day one. I can't wait for tomorrow.
No,
Any
it's been a
closing
while.
thoughts?
It's been a while, Minju. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
been a long while.
Any closing thoughts for day one?
Well, I'm very looking forward to day 2. I'm looking forward to some of my friends. Hopefully, they will all secure their World's invite. That's what I hope.
Yes.
For tomorrow's stream, of course, please follow the official social media channels. Don't forget to also follow the Southern Islands. We'll have the vlog for this.
Oh,
for this,
yes.
This Master Ball League very, very soon. Once I am ready. How are you, sir?
My closing thought for today is I want to see a great run of Pokemon TCG games tomorrow. As you know, we in Malaysia and also Philippines, we're all always looking at each other's events.
Yes, we all are.
There's a huge number of Malaysians and Filipinos, I'm sure, who are also looking at the tournaments today and saying, hey, what's going to win? Is it going to be a repeat of the Philippines where Alakazam came up on top? Or would it be like Malaysia where our believer, for all the believers out there who
Shout
made it
out.
all the way?
Guess, predict who's going to be the deck winner.
You know what? If today's anything to go by, I see a lot of strong plays on Dragapult.
Alright.
Right? I'm going to put my money on Dragapult in that sense because where else but Singapore to have some of the top players to bring the deck that has been just so consistent. But my dark horse pick
Yeah.
would be something like a Team Rockets deck.
Ooh, that's what I wanted to go
Okay,
for. Yeah,
that's my dark
Teams
horse pick.
Team Rocket to win because that's my own personal
Okay?
deck.
Okay?
But I won't be surprised to see something funny like Okie Dokie. No? Yeah, you never know, right? You never know.
Yes.
But I'm hoping no Okie Dokies, please.
It's
no,
a best
please,
of 3, so you never
Yeah,
know.
you never know.
Any of these decks can make it, you know. But for now, it's a quick goodbye from myself, Aaron, and Nicholas. We'll be back tomorrow for day 2. So stay tuned and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.